This is Twit.
I think their plan makes sense and is a look at what currency probably will become in the future. The little asterisk to this, and it's actually a big asterisk, is Facebook.
I know, right?
I mean, at a time when every regulatory body on earth wants to break you apart, you have announced that you're going to run around governments.
I have a theory.
Currencies.
See, I think Mark Zuckerberg was considering a run for presidency a couple of years ago. That's why he did the 50-state tour and all that stuff. Realized that is a non-starter. His pollster said, Mr. Zuckerberg, we should talk. People think you're a robot. They don't vote for robots yet.
Well, they voted for Obama. But
if you want to run the world, but you realize you can't get elected, well, how much better than a global currency?
Yeah. Say you cite a little higher. Your site's a little higher, maybe like Bond villain level.
Yeah,
like,
this is emperor of the world. This is not president. This is emperor of the world.
Well, don't you kind of think actually, though? I feel like the reason they did this now is they tried to play it as something to help the poor. That was kind of how they
do banking. Okay, if you don't have a bank, that's the idea.
Andrew brought this up as well, but actually that's a legit concern. It's interesting that this says a lot. So I actually have a little thing in here later that related to all this stuff about Google was accused of stealing the lyrics from a service. And what we found out since then is actually it was a Google partner that did it.
Well, that's Google.
But of course, when you hear Google steals from third party, we all say, yeah, of course they did.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's interesting, and this is like the Huawei conversation we could have, but with regards to Facebook, you immediately are cynical. I don't mean you. I mean, a lot of people are. I heard this from a bunch of people. It's like, they positioned it like it was from the poor, like Facebook. It's like, immediately you think this is just a lie to get it past. I don't mean you. I mean one. To get it past the
one thinks.
I honestly, that's actually a big part of, I think, what will make this type of currency make sense in the future.
Yeah. Well, but I do think they did it as a spin thing and like a PR move. I do.
I think it's sincere in the sense that, the genesis of all of this is people looking at Africa, where M-Pesa, for instance, is hugely valuable because most transactions occur through it over cell phones. Because
that's microtransactions.
Microtransactions. They don't have banking. They all have cell phones, but they don't. So it's same thing in India. And I think
we're running out of places to find the next billion users, right?
For years, companies like Facebook and others have been thinking, this is a good business. That's PayPal was founded on those premises 2 decades ago. This is a good business. What if, there are billions of people who don't have access to computing, internet, and banks. It's what Internet.org, Facebook's internet plan, was really all about. Is this is the next billion.
Sure.
And I think financial services is. Look, if you want to get rich fast, what's the best way to do it? Handling people's money.
Well, that's why all the big companies are in blockchain now, right?
Right.
It's not about Bitcoin, but it's also about, this could be something to rival banks. So we want to be there.
Yeah.
I think this is the future of banks. So does
Facebook, by the way.
Yeah.
No, it clearly, and by the way, PayPal is a partner, as is MasterCard, as is Uber. The weird thing.
But no banks, right? No, not even a single bank.
Understand the threat.
Yeah.
Right.
This is not Facebook is not their friend.
Well, but they're tying the value of the currency to.
No, it's not pegged to 4 different currencies: the yen, the dollar, the euro, and I can't remember the fourth. But
obviously, the peso would be the
peso.
Other one,
No, but it's not pegged. So they're trying to be not volatile without pegging it to the U.S. dollar, which is, I think, also. There's a lot to talk about. This isn't going to happen for a year. Facebook announced it yesterday.
If it ever does.
It may not happen at all.
Right.
Oh, it'll happen.
Right.
Yeah.
You think it will?
Stopped. Unless regulators stop them. And I
think they're going to get stopped.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, it depends.
Yeah, because look, the regulators who are already advocating for them to be stopped are probably the same people who want to go after them for antitrust, right?
Oh, and by the way, don't pin your hopes on the next election, because the one thing that both sides of the coin agree on this year is that big tech needs to be stopped.
Yeah.